Hello, everybody. I think the notice is out. Yes, I can see the first people joining. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. My name is Angela, and I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a primary retailer for Dixie over here in Europe, in Frankfurt, in Germany. So welcome to Tuesday night painting. When you join me, just let me know where you're watching from. Say hi to me. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. And if you watch the replay, please also put hashtag replay into the comments and let me know that you've been there. Guys, hi Nina, hi Anne, hi Manchats, hi Judy, hi Dixie Bell. So, guys, tonight we are going to work with some WoodUBend, and I'm first going to show you how you can repair one. You know, I'm clumsy, so I tread on one, so I destroyed it. It's not made for being stepped on with 55 kilos. So, so I've got to put my coffee to the side. How are you guys tonight? Have you been doing some painting and... Hi, Constantine. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kelly. So, guys, we're still on this tall boy dresser, and I wanted to put some WoodUBends on here, and exactly I wanted to put this little corbel on here. And the WoodUBends, for those who don't know, the WoodUBends, they are made out of wood, and when they are cold, they are solid. As you can hear, they are solid. And when you warm them up, hi Jennifer, when you warm them up, they get nice and bendy. So as I said, I stepped on one while walking around and it was laying on the floor and I broke it. So I'm firstly going to show you how you can repair it. And then I'm going to paint it because you can treat the WoodUBends just the same as you treat normal wood. This is the board where I've written everything on what we used by now. I think I will put that on top here for now, and then we go from there. You can see, I can tell you, you can ask and I can tell you anyway. So hi Katarina, hi Amanda. Swansea, UK, thank you for joining. So it is evening over here, it's 9 p.m. over here. This piece is going to go on the drawer on the top here. I think Instagram, I'm going to get you a little further around. This is going to go on the top in the middle of this top drawer. I'm going to put that down for now, and I'm going to prepare my area where I can work so you can see. And yes, I've already painted the drawers and stuff like that. And yes, I'm going to work on top of those. So if I make a boo-boo, I can always fix it again. So just place that on here, on the drawer, so you can basically see what I am doing. Applying the WoodUBends, whatever surface you're using, you are using wood glue. I've got Titebond with me tonight. Use a good quality wood glue. This is the Dankeschön, Mansur. This is yeah, this is the main thing to use some decent, good quality wood glue. And also with the wood glue, I usually say less is more when I work with the WoodUBends. I'm pretty generous, so that there is basically enough. No, Nina, they don't. Well, I mean, if you force it, they break. It depends how fragile they are, but they're definitely not made to step on them with 55 kilos. So that's what I've done. You know, I walked over it. So this was not a good idea. So therefore, it still looks pretty good because it only broke in 2 pieces. So, you know, this is, well, okay, when you repair them, I'm going to bring you a little closer, I think, so you can see a little better what I'm doing. Sorry, gonna go flying, Instagram and Facebook. So, because you don't need to see me, the main thing is you see what I am doing. So I'm going to warm it up first, and then you're going to see that they get nice and bendy. It can happen that they break, but this is absolutely no problem. Oops. I'm going to warm it up first. I've got my heat gun here. And you can use, this is very light as you can see, this is flying away. You can use a heat gun. You can use a hairdryer. So you see, this is getting now nice and bendy. So this is basically the state I want to have it in now. And now I'm going to grab just like a simple chip brush, and I am putting some glue on both ends of those ornaments. And then I'm going to push them together in that area. I'm going to bring that, oops. I mean, I've got to lay that down because otherwise it's not going to get straight. But you basically, you push it together so that it really squeezes together. And then you hold it there for a moment. And you can heat it up again. It gets a little soft again. Squish it a little more together. And then you let it cool down. And when it's cooled down, it's basically one piece. And you know, if there's like some glue coming out on the sides, you can take that off. There's here and there. So you let that cool down, then you have it repaired. When you paint over it, you won't see basically the area where it was broken, you know? So that's it. That's what it looks from the back at the moment. And this is gonna go on the piece anyway. So I'm going to paint that before I'm going to apply it. And I wanna have it on the side underneath this black piece here. And I'm going to paint it in the, in our custom mixture we made last week for our stripes. This was like caviar with the, mixed with the Moonshine Metallics Steel Magnolia. So I'm going to mix that up a little. Always mix your paints. All the paints from Dixie Belle, they are water-based, and they have, hi Theo, they are water-based, and it wasn't the cat. No, it wasn't the cat. She probably played with it and it was like laying on the floor, you know. That was basically the first thing that happened. But as you see, it's no problem. You can repair everything. Okay, nicely mixed up that all the ingredients are mixed, and I'm going to paint this ornament before I put it on. And I'm doing the same thing with that piece. You can see it's been laying. I've put it on acrylic for now. You can warm those also on acrylic. This is what I'm doing when I do the eyes, because it goes a little quicker. And you can paint them, you can stain them, you can use basically any paint. You just got to make sure the paint is nice and flexible. And this is one of the great benefits of the chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle. Even they are chalk mineral paints and they've got like this, the flat finish and stuff. They are flexible. So when you, for example, want to bend those around an edge or around a bottle, around surface or something like that, the paint is not going to crack. So this is, as I said, one of the great benefits of the Dixie Belle paints when you use them. And I will see if I need 1 or 2 coats. They cover really well. And that to the side for now. And this is the one I've just glued. So that's already pretty solid. And I'm not very gentle with my projects, you know that. I don't even know what that means. What do you mean, Michelle? Oh, 55 kilos. Let me think. Are you talking about the kilos, Michelle? It is probably about 115 pounds or something like that. American pounds, British pounds, I think they are the same. But even so, it doesn't matter, you know. A human being stepping on it, it's not. They are not they are not made for that. See it that way. So guys, and I've noticed last week, and I can see that already again, that there's like loads of comments missing on here. So I definitely will come back later. I usually come back later the day after or something like that, but I definitely come back in later to check for that, because I noticed last week I've missed quite a few questions, and FB is sometimes playing some tricks, so I want to make sure that you get all the information you want to have, because I don't even see Dixieville on here. It's Dixieville on here. So see all destinations. I'm quite sure. So, but there was no time change in US, was there? It's supposed to be 3 p.m. around 3 p.m. over there, isn't it, Michelle? What's the time over there in the US? Hi, Cher. Kilos, yeah, kilos. 55 kilos is about, I think, 115, 120 pounds, something like that. That's what I weigh, I think. Doesn't really matter if it's 100, 110 or 150. You shouldn't step on your WoodUBends. They're not made for it. They're made to put on furniture and not to step on them. So as I said, I was going to paint them beforehand, because I've already have the stripes on there, which I don't want to compromise, and therefore and I didn't put it on there beforehand because I wanted to have the stripes there. So I wanted to have neat stripes, and I didn't want to go around this ornament. So I'm painting that now. And on this one, I'm going to come in with probably, I'm not sure if I'm going to use doing a dry brush the Moonshine Metallics, or if I'm actually going to use the new mousses, because they just arrived. I'm very excited about. So I'm just going to put that back down on the acrylic so that the paint can dry a little, and I can apply that on the. So I'm going to clean my fingers. I always paint my fingers at the same time. So, ciao Laila, come stai? Italy in the house. Thank you, Penny. We made those last week, so if you want to watch that, go back to the Dixieville page for the video last week. So we made those. They're made with that mixture I've made. The base is pure caviar, and the stripes we've made with a mixture of caviar and Moonshine Metallics and Steel Magnolia, because I wanted to have them basically just like a slight variation, or slightly lighter than the caviar, lighter than the caviar. That's it. And as we've already used quite a bit of paint, I've done them before with Midnight Sky. That looks absolutely beautiful also. But because we already use quite a few colors, there's like caviar, hurricane gray, French linen, drop cloth fluff, and the Moonshine Metallic Steel Magnolia. So I'm not going to bring in another color. I'm going to use the colors we basically have already in there. Hi, Linda. Hi to Norway. Oh, to Portugal. Wow, we're very international tonight. That's great. So, guys, if you have questions, don't forget to ask. Okay, what do I do now? I need to put this down now because I want to get to that side there. Hang on. Hang on. So, get my glue close to me. Paint I probably don't need anymore. Down for now. And I am, let's see, going to close that because I want to see where I want to put that little coral. Oops. Yes, just going to drop you for a sec. Down there is my shop cat, which has got like her winter home at the moment. She's back home with me. Maybe Instagram can see her also. Down there she is, down there. So, and she likes to be right in the middle. So she really enjoys it. Oh, hi, Cheryl. That's good. Happy to have you here. That's fantastic. So, see that you can see. Let's see that you can see. Okay, I'm just going to dry that with the heat gun quickly. Let me apply it. So, and so this is like the paint has already dried. This is nice and flexible. So when I squash it onto the surface, it'll be I can snuggle it nicely onto the surface. So now I'm going to apply some glue onto this little ornament. And as I said, as this piece is warm, you know, before you apply it, you make it nice and warm so it's nice and flexible. It is going to cool down in the moment you're just having it like this and you're just applying the wood glue. But that's also the reason you're doing it generously, because the piece is warm and the glue is going to dry quickly. And it's going to be reactivated in a second because we're going to go back in with the heat gun. So I want to have it. This is about eyeballing center for the drawer, I think. So, and again, guys, this is the piece we just glued together. You can't see where it was glued. So this was like basically a quick repair. So I'm pushing it on here. Now I'm going to come in with my heat gun to make it nice and warm again. As I said, you don't have to use a heat gun. You can use a hairdryer, you can use an embossing gun. That doesn't make a difference. You don't need a griddle either. Those are just the things which make my life easier when I do the lives here with you. So that's the reason I'm using those. But you can do this with a hairdryer also. It is much safer, and I know what I'm talking about. You're not about to burn yourself. You're not about to burn your project or your WoodUBend or anything. You know, I'm pretty good at charring those. You know, by talking and using the heat gun is not exactly one of my best things to do. So I'm warming it nicely up again because I want to have it again. I want to have it nice and smooth, so I can. Now, maybe you can see this. When I squash it on there now, it's like the glue coming out on the sides. And this is basically a good sign that I'm now getting really good contact with the surface. And you do this step, warming the WoodUBend up again when you've put it on. No matter what surface you use it on, if it's glass, if it's a window, if it's a mirror, please always use, warm it up again so you can, hi Diane, so you can snuggle it nicely onto the surface, because no surface is completely flat, even if you think it is, you know, it's not. So I'm not worried about the glue at the moment, which is squashed out on the side. First, you want to make sure that I'm squashing it nicely onto the surface. And it is going to stay in that shape then. It's going to stick beautifully onto your surface, on your project, and therefore. So, and then you can take it off with a baby wipe. You can go around and take the glue off, the excess glue. You can use a Q-tip. You can use what I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to take the main or the most of this baby wipe for now, and then I'm going to come in with a wet brush, just a tiny artist brush. Is it? There is it. So now just put that into water, so it's a little damp. Wood glue is water based, and you can basically clean it off the rest of the wood glue, which is on the sides there, and make it nice and tidy. That's it. So is this one on? So it's taking shape, guys. Do you like it? It's taking slowly shape, the whole piece. So if you like it, thank you, Penny. If you like it, send me some hearts. And please go over to my page, leave me a like there. That'll be absolutely fantastic. So, okay. So now I want to have like this bigger piece in the middle of the drawer. And there was a hole from, this is a drawer. You know, if I take that out, this is a drawer. And there was like, we filled that hole up here. You can, I'm going to put Instagram a little over there. There's like, well, you can see where I filled it up. I'm not worried about it because this piece is going to go over it anyway. And just about there. I want to have it. So again, wood glue, oops, thrown on the floor. Let's see, wood glue on this piece also, nice and generous. As I said, I'm using Tide Bond. You can use any type of good quality wood glue, and as I said, whatever surface you're putting it on, even on glass or metal or plastic, you always use wood glue, because those WoodUBends are made out of wood, and they soak basically the glue up also at the same time. So see if that's enough or if I need some more. Let's see. And I've got to go, sorry, I've got to show you my back for a second, because I want to have that now pretty much in the middle, and go from there. Oops. Just like this. So, and I filled the hole up from the original hardware, because it was too high basically to fit with this ornament. I'm going to put that down for a second because I can see that drop on my head in a mo. Okay, that's on there. Warm it up. They cool down pretty quick. Oops, they cool down pretty quick. Obviously, it depends on the temperature in your house. See if that's enough glue I have on there. I'll see that in a second, or if I have to get some more. So that's basically it. Yeah, might be enough. squash it on there. It gets nice contact in all the areas. Just mush it down. So it's now nice and soft again, so this can get good contact with the surface. And when it cools down, it's basically going to, and if you don't like it, you can take them off also, basically by just warming them up, and there's not enough glue on there. You see that dried is already dry up here, so I'm just going to put a little more glue on here. And this is how quickly it soaks up the glue also, you know. This is the reason you should use wood glue, because it sinks into the ornament, and also, so, and don't leave it like that. Always spread it out. So it's nice. Oops, this is now very generous. This is now drippy. But I rather have it drippy. Can always take the excess off, as you've seen, instead of it not sticking. So that's better now. It's better now. Even so, I've got to my fingers a bit. Get full of glue. Get my heat gun straight away. Sorry, got to go on the way for a second to make sure this is in the middle. There, we want to have it. Just about there. So, warm it up. Careful with your fingers when you work with the heat gun. So, side. Looks a complete mess now. It's going to be cleaned up in a second. It would be easier if you, I mean, this is a drawer. I could have taken it out and laid it flat and work from the top, which makes it obviously easier. Now you can see nicely how the glue, when I squash it down, comes out on the sides. This is now the good sign that it's basically mushing itself onto the surface and is going to stick nicely on there. So, the bottom also, and this drawer's got like a little curve, you know, so there's basically no ornament you can put on there, just like this. And around those curves, just hold it down, it stays in that shape. So now I'm gonna come in with firstly with my baby wipe to get like the main glue off I've got on here. And then I'm gonna come in with a wet brush in a second and I'm going to take the rest off. So this is nice and tidy. There's probably a little bit too much glue now, but no problem. I'm going to get that off. This is good on the black. You can see really nicely how that works with taking the excess glue basically off. So this is now the main we've taken off. Now I'm going to come in with my wet brush. You're not going to compromise your ornament with that wet brush. It doesn't harm it at all. If you have painted it before, you may reactivate the paint if the paint is water-based, but this also is no problem. As the main area is already painted. Some more water. So then you can basically, you can also go in with a little more paint to get that. You can see how you can nicely get the excess glue off here and tidy, clean that up. There's still a little left. There's wood glues which dry clear. This one dries like in this slightly creamy color, but you can paint over it. This is basically what I'm going to do. Probably a little more water. So. That's it. If there's any questions. Thank you, Sharon. Oh, and you, Sharon. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you so much. Hallo, Anja. Den grauen Streifen, den habe ich mit einer Mischung aus Kaviar und Moonshine Metallics in Steel Magnolia gemacht. So ist der zustande gekommen. So, now you can basically, I'm going to let that dry now, and then I can take even a little more off later. And the rest is going to be painted over. So, there you go. I'm going to let that dry now so that this sticks nicely on there. There's going to be, I'm probably going to use the mousse or the Steel Magnolia. I'm not quite sure yet. But as I want to get going with this piece now, we are doing, you know, this is like the finishing touches now. We've done the main coloring. We've done like top. We're going to, you know, we put the WoodUBends on there. The other side is going to be done in the German tutorial on Thursday. They see something of it also. And now we're going to go, I'm going to put you a little further back now because we're going to stencil. We're going to use the new stencil by Dixie Belle. They are absolutely beautiful. And guys, as I already said at the beginning, if I missed any questions or something like that, because I'm not seeing, I've noticed that last week, I'm not getting shown all the comments. Organized. Turn that to the side. Sure, this piece stays on the pins. And for stenciling, I don't want to have it like basically the whole side. I basically want to have like some areas with the stencil. And the stencil the stencil I'm using is the Royal Damask, which is a new stencil by Dixie Belle. So guys, if I'm pronouncing some of the words pretty strange or funny, I have to apologize. I'm German after all, so be gentle with me. Be gentle. So, and those stencils, they are nice and thick, you know. They are reusable. They're non-sticky, but are nice and thick, so you can. Yes, that's WoodUBend, Lisa. That's right. And so therefore, okay. And I'm just going to, I'm not going to have like the whole side stenciled. I'm just going to have some areas, basically. Okay, this is the stencil we're using. I'm going to use Steel Magnolia, which I have here, Moonshine Metallic by Dixie Belle, just to add it a little, just like a little blingy, so to say. I'm a bling girl, so there's got to be a little bit of bling. So I'm going to use the paint out of the lid first. So I've gonna mix that first also. This lid is messed up anyway, so I'm shaking it. I'm trying to stir my paints just to not mess up the lids that much, but this time I'm going to use the paint out of the lid anyway. So this is Steel Magnolia. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. So my mouth gets dry. I've got to have a sip of coffee. Sorry guys, apologize. Oh, they're talking. So, I'm using my lazy stencil brush. This is my stencil brush, so it is rather big. There are wax brushes which have like a flat surface or like a flat front. You can use if you want to have like a larger stencil brush or something like that. This is a particular stencil brush by a German brush company. So as I said, I'm German, I live in Germany. So I'm using that. And I'm just thinking if I shall take that down or if I'm holding it. I think I will hold it. And with this style, I am not worried about, I've got, okay. Can somebody lend me a hand, please? I'm going to show everything at once. Okay, with stenciling, I'm not worried about bleed through, but still I don't want to have it too juicy. So I'm going to use, yeah, that's big. I'm going to put a little paint on the brush, and then I'm going to offload it on, yeah, this is like a kitchen board by one of those cutting boards from IKEA, upgraded to my workshop. So I'm just going to get the paint nicer into the brush and that it's not that juicy. I'd rather go over it a second time if I want to have more, if I want to have it covered more, but let's see. So I'm going to, so, and also I have sealed this piece with a top coat, the top coat flat by Dixie Belle. I always do that when I work with colored waxes, when I do some stenciling or stuff like that. If I am not happy with the result, I can easier correct it. So this is the reason I do that, because this is pretty. So get some more paint, upload it. It is obviously easier when you tape it down, much easier. But I'm not going the easy way, you know that. Yes, big brush, less work. Exactly, Michelle. So, and I don't want to have, as I said, I don't want to have like a complete coverage. It can also be a little bit of fading, nose thing. So, back on here. And sorry, that's loud. So I'm going going to have like this, and then I'm going to have this one down here in the middle. No plan, just by how I think I would like to have it. And I don't mind if I have a little bit of the faded look. So I'm going to take it off now. Wow. Yes, I like that. What do you think? Do you like that? Do you like it as much as I do? I think that's very, very pretty, that stencil. What do you think? Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't want to have it covered anymore on top here. I'm going to go a little further down, and never seen one that big. Yeah, as I said, this is from a German brush company. They do them that big, but I've used before. I've used also one of those. I've used before one of those wax brushes, as I said. So they work also beautifully. So let's see where we go. And this is basically where we stopped. And I think I'm going to tape that now, because this is going to be too tricky, as I'm not having the perfect position now. I'm just going to use some painter's tape and to make sure I make life a little easier now for me. Just going to tape that down. Got the time. 45 minutes. Are you going to stay with me a couple more minutes so we finish off this side? So Shopcat is sleeping tight. So this is gonna go. I'm just going to align that with this out here. And you can use frock tape or anything. I mean, you know what you can use. This didn't come off very well, but this is going to be fine like that. Okay. Whew. So you see how tall this piece is, you know? So we have this here. I'm gonna go this area down here, I think. Pussy girl is just like I'm waking her up. Can you see her down here? Just woke her up, sweetie. Yeah. And this, let's see. Here, work my way up from the other side. This, I'm going to have this one here. As I said, this is basically just how I think I might like it. And just to lift it for a second. I think I might have a little bit over there that's a little blank. So I think I'm going to have this one. This one. think that's quite nice. Okay, tape coming off. I guess that's it. So this is going to go irregular, basically down to the bottom. I'm going to have another row. Going to a little in there. I hope you like it, guys. Hi, Grete. Thank you. This is the one of the new stencils by Dixie Belle, Grete. This is the Stencil Royal Damask. So, let's see. And this is now basically the last area. Doesn't need to be perfect, basically. So, and I'm still using the paint out of the lid. I haven't used anything else apart the paint from the lid for the stenciling, and I'm still always offloading the brush because I don't want to have too much paint on there. This is just going to be like a subtle, just like a little, basically in there. So let me think what I want to have. This gonna go this area. And one coat is fine for me. I don't want to have like the complete coverage. This is for the look. I want to have this like little faded look. This is absolutely fine for me. Yeah, I'm gonna go to this area down here. Other side, and then we are about what I had envisioned. Yes, I think tiny. Yeah, that's it. Take it off. That's about right. So, guys, I hope you like it. I'm quite happy with it. Gotta get off my knees. So basically, I think the Steel Magnolia goes very nice with those colors. So this is basically going from the top to the bottom now. All with those, with that little stencil. So, yeah, Sharon. Hello, Kitty. Now she's like inspecting the stencil now. Okay. So this is basically the stenciling. So tonight we've done the WoodUBend. We've done the stenciling on the sides, which is now finished. And yeah, this is basically, well, I think it's almost, the whole journey is now over with this piece. I think next week, because there was a question by one of you, what you can do when the drawers are too rough or you can't open them nicely. And this is the perfect piece to show you, because those the drawers are very, very rough. So we're going to do next week basically the some Bestang wax on the drawers on the front, as they are pretty yeah, detailed, and I want to enhance the details a little bit with Bestang wax. You can have a guess which color we're using, and I'm also going to use Big Mama's butter next week to show you what you can do with the drawers, and then this piece is finished. Now, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. What's the time? 50 minutes. Okay. we've done quite a lot tonight, I think, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to show you a little bit more of that stenciling. I think the stencil is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I absolutely love it. And yeah, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you liked that and I could inspire you a little bit. If you want to shop the products, go over to the Dixie Belle page and check for your local retailer. If you haven't got one over here in Europe, I'll be very happy to help you, but please check for your local retailer first. You know, it's important for them that you support them. So again, my name is Angela. I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a premier retailer for Dixie Belle over here in Frankfurt in Germany. A very proud one, actually, because I love the product so much. They're absolutely gorgeous. So any more questions? You're welcome, Michelle. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Yes. Yes, I will. I will give Kiara and Miss Kitty a hug from you. And yes, I see you tomorrow on the WoodUBend page. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you watch replay, don't hesitate to put your questions into the comments. I will check on them also later. And if you haven't done it yet, please go over to my page and leave me a like there. That'll be great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dixie Belle, for having me. And guys, you stay safe, please. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks for joining.